Hi, we're Engineering2Empower, also known as E2E, a group out of the University of Notre Dame. We are led by our founders, Dr. Tracy Kajewski-Correa, Dr. Alexandros Taflanidis, and yours truly, graduate student Dustin Mix.
We also rely on many important relationships with the people of Haiti and the community of Léogâne.
Before we get to what E2E is and what we do, I'd like to start you out with this. 11 of the 15 most populated cities in the world are located in developing countries. In these cities, 3/4 of the development and expansion occurs in the residential sector, and 1 in 7 people worldwide live in inadequate shelter. What does this all mean? What does it translate to? Well, it means we have very highly vulnerable urban areas throughout the developing world, and this was shown on January 12, 2010. An earthquake hit the country of Haiti, causing massive destruction, 300,000 deaths, and leaving 1.3 million people homeless. And most of that happened in the residential sector. What is it about Haitian housing that was so dangerous? Well, in a word, block. Unreinforced masonry construction is the dominant mode of construction in Haiti. However, the lack of steel in this type of construction makes it extremely vulnerable to earthquakes. You may ask yourself, why don't we just add more steel? This would be a great solution, except doing this would put it out of the price range of most Haitians. So E2E got thinking, what type of efficient system could we find that could be used and implemented in Haiti? We look to nature, and one of the most efficient systems we see is the human skeleton, lightweight members and a lightweight skin. So could we take Haiti from essentially using Legos to using something more like Connects? As we started to think more and more about this idea, we had to turn to what materials would we use? Well, what's available? Mainly concrete. So we decided, what about a reinforced moment-resisting concrete frame? Create 4 rooms, enough space for 4 to 5 people. But what would we use for walls if we're not going to use block? Well, we started looking at a reconnaissance and noticed that the systems that did survive the earthquake were lightweight panel systems. So we decided, let's also use concrete, but this time let's make panels out of it. Panels could be used to enclose a structure and then used interchangeably throughout the inside to create different room configurations. At the end of the day, this would give us a home that looks culturally appropriate for Haiti, can be locally produced and locally built, but it also falls within the price range of most Haitians. But we didn't want to stop there. We didn't want an aid-driven model, so we also created a business model. This business model relies on progressive procurement, something they're used to with the block in Haiti, but is also locally owned and operated to aid to the local development and economy in Haiti. At the end of the day, E2E isn't about building homes, and E2E isn't about building business models. E2E is about community-led development.